Can someone hear me? Yeah. Can someone hear me?
I can
Yes, we
hear you,
can
sir.
hear you. Yes,
All right.
I
So,
can hear you also.
all right. We apologize for that interruption. So what happened was the network, the phone that we were using as connection went off. So while the person was the host, I was like a participant. So that was why there was that interruption. All right. So basically, where we stopped, for those of us that are just joining, so basically where we stopped, we'll do a recap, but we don't want to waste much of the time. So where we stopped was short-term debt. I explained that here we are having short-term debt as negative, but we shouldn't have short-term debt as negative. So what we have to do is to have a situation where our short-term debt will be positive. And I said to do this, what we are simply going to do is to look at all the assets except take a look at all the assets, some of all the assets except for CCE, which is the cash and cash equivalent, and also take out all the liabilities and equity except for short-term debt. Then when you do this, now the difference is on one side, zero is also on another side. You now include the max function. The max function will return the highest between between two numbers. So if you are having a negative number, okay, and a zero, Excel is going to replace that negative number with zero because zero is more than negative. So that's what we explain. You can see that we have the formula here already, but we want to introduce this formula now. All right. So what we simply do is we have the max function. We have the okay. First of all, before I introduce the max function into it, let us first of all look at the difference between the two sides, excluding cash and cash equivalent and short-term debt. So if we go to the asset side now, for the asset side, all right, we have some. We are not going to pick cash and cash equivalent. You know why we are not picking cash and cash equivalent? Because the idea is that we want the difference to show up between cash and cash equivalent and short-term debt. Okay. All right. So what we'll see here is we'll have our short-term debt. Kindly ignore this minus 17.2. I think it's based on some variables we have changed before. All right. So that's the reason for that. So if I pick all this, I think I'm going to pick it up to other current liabilities. All right, then I say plus. Now I have the property, plants, and equipment at net. All right, then plus. I have Oh, sorry. Now, if I pick that, I can just pick what's it called? These are property, plant, equipment. Now, these are total non-current assets. All right. So I can just pick this straight up. All right. So I've added all from inventory up to other non-current assets. Which one have I not taken? Now I cannot take property, plant, and equipment as gross because we have a net value here. And if we add other non-current assets to this net value, okay, we add other non-current assets to this net value, we have our total non-current assets. So this is okay. All right. So what I would simply do now is I'll put these two in brackets and I'll say minus. So minus, now let's go to our short-term liabilities, our liabilities and equity aspect side rather. So go to our liabilities and equity side. Now we can pick the total of this. All right. We'll pick the total of that. What else do we have? We have our total equity, right? We have our total equity, which is this. What else do we have? We have account payable, and we have other current liabilities. Okay, so we can decide to have all this in brackets. Okay, now what we're now going to do here is, so this is one aspect of the formula. All right, so the second aspect of the formula is now to say, Excel, if this is giving you minus, then return the maximum number between this minus and 0. Okay, so we can close this and we can have our max. Is that formula for you? Sorry, I missed that. All right, can someone hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I think there's an aspect I mixed out in that formula. So let me observe something, please. Don't hold on.
Mistake. Mistake.
Okay. All right, let me see. There's an aspect I actually missed out in that formula. So this is how it connects. So the first thing is the sum. We have the sum of the asset side first. So this is the asset side plus the total non-current asset, which is this, minus sum of all the liability side, okay, plus, okay, H67.
Okay, right.
Is total shareholders equity, okay, then plus H55, which is the, what is that now? Account payable. Okay, this is the formula. Well, basically what I just want to show you there is, that is how you make this value to be 0. That's how you raise it. So try as much as possible to practice this on your own. All right. Try as much as possible to practice that on your own. The basic thing you just need to understand here is that for any short-term debt that we have, which is okay, Excel is going to replace with 0. And that's what
okay.
So once you have that formula and you run it through, just run the formula.
Mr. Lukman, please, can you mute your mic? Mr. Lukman, please mute your mic.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So basically that's what we have for this function. What our advice is, this is technical, right? It's technical. Actually, in most financial modeling course, they may not go to this extent with you, because in this case, now what we are looking at is we are looking at different scenarios. We are looking at how to balance up the balance sheet. We are looking at how to, if we have a negative short-term debt, how do we change it to positive? I explained that for those that are just joining, you cannot have negative short-term debt, because what it means is that you are paying more than what you are owing. It's not possible. So if you have paid everything you are owing, you should have 0. Whatever is left, it should be added to your cash and cash equivalent. So that's what we have done here. So just try as much as possible to study this formula. Okay. Now, all right. So what we will do here is, I don't want to waste too much of time because we need to go to other aspects. What we can do for me, and I will advise that you do this, is try as much as possible to practice. Try as much as possible to practice. You see, when you practice, you perfect it. You know, perfection comes with practice. So try as much as possible to practice with different scenarios, different forecasting factors. See how your what is it called? See how your discretionary funding, whatever is changing. So let me show you something here. If you come here, you will still see that if you check in our check, you can still see we are still having everything as true, Abby, and our balance sheet is still balancing. Despite the fact that our short-term debt is 0. Our short-term debt here is 0 because in this model 6, it is negative, and we cannot have it as negative. Okay, we must have it as 0. As negative means we are overpaying, we are paying more than we are owing, and that's not possible. So that's the explanation there. Now, if you still have your question with you, can someone hear me? Now, can someone hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There's an aspect here that we want to take a look at, and this aspect is critical.
Please, before you do that, I would like to ask a question about that marks.
Marks.
I want you to yes. I want you to differentiate between the ordinary marks and marks that has A at the back again. Is it
between ordinary marks and marks that has A at the back?
Yes. What's the difference? Is it marks average or what?
Marks A at the back. Let me see
Yes.
what function.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me check something. Marks A.
Yes. From the option, once you want to press marks, you see that it will be other option that will have marks.
Yeah, I've actually seen the marks A.
Yes,
I will look into that. I will look into that. But the one that is applicable in this question is marks, not marks A.
Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, I understand.
So just for now, let's restrict to what we have. I will look into this and I will get back to you, maybe on Telegram.
All right.
This is Excel. Excel is wide, so one cannot actually know everything. I don't know everything. If I tell you I know everything, it's a lie. All right. But for the time being now, let's restrict to what we have. So what we have here is we have applied marks. We have applied marks here. So what I expect you to do now tonight is study this formula and see how it is being applied. Just study the formula, type it on your own, and ensure that when you are copying down, okay, it is returning 0. All these places returning 0 is actually telling you the difference between 0 and minus. Okay, 0 and minus. The highest between 0 and minus is 0. Do you get?
All right.
So
all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what we want to do next is let's take a look at now we want to take a look at sensitivity analysis. We'll move to sensitivity analysis. Don't never mind. We'll still look at the other aspect of the question, but to save our time, our advice will move to sensitivity analysis. And you know why I will advise us to move to sensitivity analysis? Because the thing is that you see, sensitivity and scenario analysis is the most useful aspect of this model or any modeling, any financial model. And if someone asks you, can you prepare a financial model, maybe 3-statement model, do a forecast, and the person now go ahead to ask you, okay, can you do sensitivity analysis? And you say no, you don't know anything about financial modeling. That's the truth. Because once you have done your model and everything is correct, okay, your assumptions is correct, you have testing, and you know at every point in time you must test your assumptions to ensure that they are real and they make sense. Now, on the basis that your model makes sense, your assumptions are correct and everything is okay, management wants to know the sensitivity of a particular input or the sensitivity of a particular independent variable on series of dependent variables. Now, for some of you that actually attended the class on sensitivity analysis, we did an example, if some of you can remember. But what we want to take a look at here is how do we apply sensitivity analysis to financial statement forecasting? All right. Now, let me go to this place. I believe you all have this file because I sent this file out on Telegram. You should all have it. So, what
The new one that you sent, Abby?
You said what?
The new one that you just sent.
I did not get the file, please.
The new one I sent
to the Telegram. All right.
Yes, I titled the file sensitivity and scenario analysis.
Yes.
So check the Telegram, you will see there. And this file is very important. What I will advise you is on your system, save it, save the question. Do you get now? Practice. See, let me tell you something there. There is no question or nothing anybody wants to ask you in financial statement forecasting that is not in this question. That's the basic truth. So once you have been able to master this question and how to prepare all this, you can go to any interview, you can perform anything at all. Because what we have done in this question is we have seen the practical way of, if you follow this question, this particular lesson from the start, you will see that we started from trial balance. There was no trial balance. We computed our trial balance from the historical result. We did our forecast. We did common size statement. That is how it is done. So there's nothing anybody wants to ask you. But this asset is important. So let's take a look at sensitivity analysis. You have the question with you, right? Do you have the question with you? Can someone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So
yes, I have mine.
You have a question?
No, I said I have my own question with me.
Okay. All right. So for sensitivity analysis now, let me explain. I believe we all understand what sensitivity analysis is. Can someone tell me? Let me be sure that you understand what it is. And what's the purpose of sensitivity analysis? Please, let's make the class interactive.
Okay, let me try.
Okay, please do. Nothing is absolutely wrong.
Okay. Analysis. Right. What we are trying to say is, if there is a change in the forecasting factor, what will be the effect on the other variables of the financial statement? For example, if let's say there is a change in let's say your cost of sales in relation to your sales from 50% to 52%, and you change it from 50 and you increase it to 52%, what would be the effect of that on your net profit or on your gross profit, any other thing that is related to it? I think that's what we mean by sensitivity analysis.
Okay, yeah, you are correct. All right, so for sensitivity analysis, it's just like saying what is the effect of variable X on variable Y. Variable X is what's the effect of changing any of those forecasting factors. So you have a series of possible events. You're not saying that, okay, if I change my forecasting factor from X% to X%, what will be the effect on the variables I have in my analysis? I mean, my financial statement, rather. No, so if you take a look at this now, so let's take a look at the question. So for question 12, the question 12 now. Yes, question 12. Now, question 12 says, one of the major uses of financial statement forecasting models is to do sensitivity analysis, all right? Now, we can see the effect of making changes in any of the inputs, which is independent variable, on the other dependent variable by making the changes in the model, all right? But trying to do this one at a time does not provide us with a comprehensive picture. Now, the reason why we are, let me explain that statement. So what that statement says is that, now, instead of changing each of those forecasting factor one by one, or changing the input one by one, all right? So we want to take a look at a table. Now, having different input in the forecasting factor and looking at the effects one by one. So a sensitivity analysis table or a what if table will show us a comprehensive picture of what it's going to look like. Do you get? So that is what that statement says. Now, the management wants to see how net income, earnings per share, dividends per share, and stock price will change for 2006 for sales growth rate from 1% to 10%. Now, what that means is everything that we have here, I will take it out so you will see. All right, so what I will simply do here is I will format this. Can you see the screen, please? I will format this aspect. I will take it out. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to have, okay, let me do another thing here. This is very important that I do it. I will format this one to number. All right, so if I enter any figure here, Excel will take it as a number. You get now? So this is how you will see. You know why I had to do all that? The reason why I had to do all that is because I want to take you back to how Excel will give you your spreadsheet, how your spreadsheet will look like by default. Do you understand? So that's why I took out all those things. So this is how your spreadsheet will look like by default. Except for the fact that you need to do a professional formatting. And professional formatting in the sense that if I come here and say view and I insert grid lines will be in all everything. It's because I've taken out all this one before. So by default, you have to take out grid lines to make your sheet more professional. Do you get? Now, another thing you need to change from the default settings is, since you want to make all these ones to be in percentage, so just format this to be in percentage. All right, so you have to format this to be in percentage. What is percentage? So format this to be in percentage. You can say 2 decimal places is fine. All right. So what we now simply do now is we have our sales growth to be from 1% to 10%, right? All right, that's fine. That's fine. 1% to 10% is fine. Okay. Now we have our what is it called? The net income. Sorry, I'm going to do something here. There should be a space here. All right. So this is for 2006, right? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead. Now, I want to tell you something. Hello, can someone hear me?
Yes.
Now, there's something important here you need to understand. There's something important here you need to understand. When you are performing your sensitivity and scenario analysis, we are still going to look at all this, but that will be after the break. So when you are performing your sensitivity and scenario analysis, always make sure that it is under your financial statement. Don't come to another sheet and do that. It's more professional to make it to have it under your financial statement, after your cash flow statement. Do you get? So that this will be like a complete dashboard. Like you can just send this to your CEO or your CFO, and someone can be able to see it at glance that, okay, this is how it looks like. So you can see the financial statement, you can see sensitivity, you can see scenario analysis, you can see forecasting factor, you can see when you are changing X, how it is applying to. You understand what I'm saying? Have an integrated worksheet and not having worksheets scattered around. Okay, so that is what I would advise. Now for income statement, sorry, I think I need to take water. So for income statement, this is 2006. So you pick turnover. No, it's not turnover that is there now. What's there is a net income, right? So we pick net income. This is net income. So make sure you link it like this. It's important you link it like this. What is EPS? Earnings per share. Have I passed it? Okay, earnings per share for 2006. We are doing the scenario sensitivity analysis based on the question. Your management wants you to show how net income, EPS, dividend per share, and stock price will change for 2006 for sales growth rate from 1% to 10%. So it's 2006 we are looking at. That's why I'm picking the figure for 2006. So dividend per share for 2006, and finally stock price. No, our stock price for 2006. Okay, our stock price for year end 2006. Okay. So is this? I believe this is understood, right? Now.
Yes, it's clear.
Now, listen to this and listen very carefully. Okay. What we have basically defined here are the various. How will I say it now? The various outputs, okay, that we expect if we change our forecasting factor. All right. Now, we have been told here that we should create a one input data, okay, one input data table to show this information, okay. So we're going to look at this one input data table. I'm also going to look at two input data tables. So two things are important here. When you are doing sensitivity analysis, you either do it for one input data table or for two input data table. In one input data table, you're only picking a value, a forecasting factor, and that forecasting factor will be in your column row, your column in the dialog box that we're going to open. It's going to be in your column row. Now, for two input data table, you are looking at both the row and the column at the same time. Is that understood? All right. So what we're going to look at here is
Sorry,
that,
sir. Please take it again. The two input table and the two. Please take it again, sir.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is what I'm saying. In sensitivity analysis, all right, please listen carefully, because the reason why I have to emphasize this is that this one is very important in modeling. So in sensitivity analysis, there are two data input. Do you understand? You can have one level data input or two level data input. Is that understood? Now, for one level data input, you're only looking at one forecasting factor. Do you get? Now, I'm saying that, okay, for instance, now if I change my sales forecasting factor, if I'm changing my sales forecasting factor, okay, no, okay, let me do it like this. If I'm using sales forecasting factor, so what is going to be the input is sales forecasting factor. Now, at different level of sales growth, and I want to see the impact of that sales growth on my net income, my earnings per share, my dividends per share, and my stock price. Do you understand? Please, if you don't understand, talk.
It's clear, sir.
Are you sure?
Following. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that is for one input. But for two inputs, you are using two values. You can pick. You pick the rows, the range of rows and the range of columns. Okay. Let's see how this looks like. So what we want to do here is we want to apply the two input factor. All right. So what we're simply going to do is we're going to select this table. No, sorry. Let me see if I've not gotten something correct here. All right, now. So we select all these. Where is data? Data. Where is what if analysis? Then where is data table? So you click on column input. Share you get now. Now your column input, you go and pick your forecasting factor for, what we are basing it on is on sales, Abi. And what's our forecasting factor for sales? I think it's 5% now. So that is it. So let's see what happens. So you see what happened here now. Do you understand? Do you understand how I got this?
No,
Yes, it is
no, no.
Someone is laughing. Do you understand what happened?
Again, sir?
Yes.
No.
And can you see?
We can't get you.
Let me explain something. In financial analysis, as a financial analyst, it's not for you to just, but I want to say something here because I once had that experience in the office. My boss asked me to prepare something, And I actually did that. I was actually working in financial planning and analysis. When I finished, I was like, okay, interpret the figures now. I was like, that's the figure now. Interpret the figure, because the fact is, it's not enough for you to see. Management will not clap for you for doing this. You know why? Because this does not make any sense to your manager or the CFO or the CEO. What makes sense is how can you speak to this figure? Do you understand? So if someone does this and you are clapping for the person has not done anything. It's when the person can interpret these results that the person has done something. Do you understand? So you don't think I've done anything by doing this. The only way you can assess me is, can I speak to these numbers? So if I'm the CFO and you are my financial analyst, I say, okay, I've prepared, you asked me to prepare sensitivity analysis. This is it. I say, okay, fine. Can you speak to these numbers? And you're telling me, these numbers can speak for themselves. It's not correct. They can't speak for themselves. So you have to be able to explain what this means. But the first thing is, do you understand this? How I got to this extent, to this level?
To be honest, sir, no, I didn't
No.
get it.
Okay,
It's not clear.
I will repeat. Don't worry, I'll repeat. So this is what I have done. Should I start from the beginning?
No.
You understand how we got all these numbers, Abi?
Yes.
These numbers are linked to your financial statement. And I told you that it must be under your financial statement. Abi?
Yes.
Fine. If that is understood. You also know how you got this one, Abi? Is there anybody that doesn't know how we got all these numbers?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You didn't label it. Is it sales or what?
This is the
It's
sales
not
group.
label. Okay, please. Where can we put it so that you can see?
Okay, see. Let me do this. Is that fine? Is that fine?
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
So you see what I've done here. So what we have here is a sales growth. I have been given in the question now. And what we have here is from our financial statement. Do you get now? So the reason why you have to
It's clear. It's clear now.
It's clear now. So what I now say is that if you want
Sorry,
to do
please. Sorry for cutting it. The question you've been referring to question since I don't get it. Do we have question already?
we have question already now. Is this who is on the line? Who is talking? Sorry, I said who's on the line.
Lukman.
Lukman, we have question already. Oh, you don't have the question.
I don't have the question. You've been referring to the question since, so I don't.
Oh my goodness.
I don't really.
There is a question. There is a question, a comprehensive question. So if you don't have the question, there's no way. So what you will do is, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. What you will do is go through the group. I think it's in the whole group, that other WhatsApp group. The question was
all right.
Drop the question there.
If
you don't understand, if you don't have the question, then you won't be able to go along with us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so just go through the group. You will see the question.
All right. Thank you.
All right. But just to follow us, you will understand what we have here are the sales growth. In the question, we are giving sales growth from 1% to they gave us from 1% to 10%. But we are not giving this one. This one is our own input from our financial statements. Do you understand? So our objective is we don't want to see now if we are changing the forecasting factor. What will be the impact if you are changing the forecasting factor, which of course is going to be affected by the sales growth? Do you get now? What will be the impact on net income, EPS, dividend per share, and stock price? Do you understand now? All right. So can you all see this now? I want to repeat this. Can you see it? So what I've simply done is, So what I've simply done is, for you to do your sensitivity analysis, go to data. That is one input factor. Do you get now? Then you come to what if analysis. Under what if analysis, you come to data table. Can you see it? Can you follow the steps?
Yes, sir. Data. What
Go
if
ahead.
analysis,
Go ahead.
then
We are
data
following you.
table.
Yes. Then column input cell. Select column input cell. Now go up. This is the forecasting factor, isn't it? Please, let's reduce the background noise. So this is the forecasting factor, isn't it? Select this forecasting factor. That's all now. And click on OK. That's everything I've done. I've not done any other thing. So that's what we have.
What is not clear there, sir? Can I talk?
Yes, you can.
Can I? Okay. That's forecasting, the one you taught us before.
Who is talking?
My name is Muhyiddin Agwola.
Okay, Muhyiddin. Okay.
Muhyiddin, yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one you, why do we need to go and choose that 5% forecasting when we have all our variable here? The one we did before, we put the figure in the column in one side, then the one in the on rows in one side, then we get the figure. We are comparing this. But this one, you go and pick figure somewhere again. So
you know why? That one is the two. We'll treat that one. We also treat. I told you that there's one input factor and two input factor. Okay. That one is the two input factor. We'll take a look at that one too. See, there's another question here that has for EBIT. EBIT for 2003. There are two different things.
Yes.
Do you understand? They are two different things. If you are asked, do a sensitivity analysis, the question is clear now. The question says your management wants to see how net income, EPS, dividend per share, stock price will change for 2006 for sales growth rate from 1% to 10% per year over the 3 years. Now you are told requirement, create a one input data table to show this information. Underline that place. Create a one input data table to show this information. The second place now says also create a two input data table for EBIT. There are two different cases. So what we look at in that, I can remember I took you that class. So what we look at in that class was a two input data table, not a one input data table. There are two different things. Do you understand? Yes. I hope that's clear. So that's what we have. So if we now change this forecasting factor now, we're now going to be seeing how sensitive our forecast is to all those variables we have itemized. You can play with it on your own. You can change this to, what do you want? 4%. So if you change it to 4%, all this will change. You see now, they are changing. Just I cannot notice it immediately. But if I try to hide all this now, let me do something so that you can actually see how those things are changing. It should change. Can you see they are changing? So let's say 7%. You see they are changing. Okay, so now I said the other time that it's not enough for you to have these numbers. What's enough for you to be able to interpret them? So can someone interpret this? What's this table telling us? Please, let's make this class interactive. Can someone interpret that? Just interpret one of the numbers or two. Who can try?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Speak. Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The sales growth from 1 to 10%. So it is assumed that if you increase the sales growth by 1% from the percentage we have on the financial statement, I think that's 5-point-something%.
Okay, the initial, let me change. Wait, let me change it to 5%. We had 5% so let me change to 5% so that, okay, I've changed it to 5%. So this is the initial sensitivity we had. Sensitivity table.
Okay, so it now means if you increase the 5% by 1%.
If I increase the 5% by what?
By 1%. By 1%. That's
make it 6%, right?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So if you increase the 5% by additional 1%, the
Okay, by additional
earning per
1%. Okay.
share,
Okay.
the earning per share, the net income, the dividend per share, and the stock price, the effect it will have on them is that's the one on the 1%. So that's the assumption from 1 to 10%. I don't know whether you get me.
I got you. Yeah, that's fine. So if you
Sir,
are
but
changing,
it's like I can't see the one we are doing. I see only a bit. It's like you are hiding the others. So the table we are working on is hidden.
yes, you see the table we are working on. No, what I just did was to hide the financial statement now.
No,
I didn't hide.
I thought okay, but this EBIT is only the one that we're showing. You get
No.
my question now.
This is what I've done.
I got it.
If I can unhide it now, can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I just did was to
When
hide
you
the
hide
financial.
the financial statement,
Yes, I just hide the financial
the
statement
sensitivity analysis.
so that we can see the impact. Do you get?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I've not done anything special. Do you get now? So for
Yes, sir.
EBIT now, so let's take a look at this. So now the question you were asking the other time, we are going to do that here. Okay, so this is for the two input factor. Okay, but before this, I don't know if we should go for a break now so that we can take this and the scenario analysis later on.
Okay.
So what you do is, I'm a bit exhausted. So what we do is, can you practice with what we have done? Because I want us to take, after the break, I want us to take this one and scenario. Then we now go.
Are you going to send us this file, sir?
Of course, I will.
This one you've worked on.
Yes, I will. I'll send you. So practice everything we have done now. Let's say, when can we come back? When can we come
Around 4. Is 4 okay or it's too far?
4. Well, if 4 is fine by everyone, I don't mind.
4 is okay.
4 is okay. Okay. 4 is fine. So what you do is practice with this before 4 o'clock. So by 4 o'clock we'll meet again. So we can introduce. But before that, I will drop some notes on the Telegram to introduce us to valuation modeling. So in valuation modeling, we are going to talk about M&A. We're going to talk about DCF, and I will send that notes.
Okay, so I want to ask, this Excel, is it the latest Excel? Because I can see some things on the menu bar, like developer, new tab,
Yes,
QuickBooks.
This is Excel. I'm using Excel 2013. So Excel 2013 has developer. I know you can see developer. This developer tab is used for VBA. There's what we call VBA in Excel. Visual Basic for Application. That's where that one is very advanced. It's advanced Excel. So for anyone that is interested in that one, but that one is not part of this training. It's very advanced. So there's how we use VBA, Visual Basic for Application in Modeling. That is highly advanced. Highly advanced. Can give headache. All right. So that's it. So I'll send you this material. Practice what we have done with it. So by 4, we'll take a look at 2 input factor for sensitivity analysis. I will also see how we can do scenario analysis.
I will confirm.
All right, thank you. I'll see you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
You know, I'm receiving email, not SMS.
Yeah, Dorothy, are you there?
Yeah, it's email that I'm using. I'm not a signatory. It's only chairman that is receiving SMS alert. So I'll wait more, then I will check my email. I'll check my email and check.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Email, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Are we done for today?
No. We are coming back. Don't care. We have a lot to do.
We are coming by 4.
We are coming back.
By 4.
By 4, we are coming back. Just
all right.
By 4.
All right.
I will communicate the time. If there are changes, I will communicate the time. But we'll definitely come back today.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.